Hello and welcome to Better Body Movement. This class is designed to walk you through some of the most commonly corrupted movement patterns and help you to fix those in order to start feeling well throughout the day. So what we'll do is we're going to start with some self-myofascial release or self-massage in order to loosen the tight muscles in your body. Then we're going to get into a workout routine that actually will teach you how to completely change the way that you move in order to feel well. I'm excited that you've joined us. Please like this video or subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, you're going to get notifications of when we do go live, as well as any new videos that we post. So you do those right now, that way we make sure we have them done. We'll see you in a little bit. Oftentimes, I have clients come to me and say that they feel like they have ribs that are out. This is caused by muscles creating undue tension on the ribs and vertebrae. The first muscles to focus on when we do our work is the Latissimus Dorsi. This muscle originates from the bottom 6 thoracic vertebrae to the sacrum, then spans past the lower 3 to 4 ribs and inserts in the humerus. Start with a foam roller placed on the thoracic spine. You're going to begin by pressing your elbow up to the ceiling and then dropping down to the floor. I like to imagine holding a tray on my elbows that I'm pushing to the ceiling and then relaxing to the floor. Repeat this for 7 to 10 repetitions and then move on to overhead extension. While on the thoracic spine, starting with your palms towards the knees and arms straight, extend the arms overhead, pointing your thumbs towards the floor. To intensify each side, simply roll over onto one side. Try to relax in the tender points. Complete 7 to 10 repetitions with a foam roller in 3 different parts of the ribs. Now we're going to work the Erector Spinae and Transverso Spinalis. These muscles line your vertebrae on both sides. The Erector Spinae is deep, yet even deeper are the multifidus and semispinalis. The deepest muscles connected to the vertebrae are the rotatories, and in the low back, the intertransversarii. Start with 2 lacrosse balls and place them by the neck. The lacrosse balls should be touching as you begin to roll your body up, forcing the lacrosse balls down your spine. Do this slowly. You should only press further if you can fully tolerate your body pressure on top of the lacrosse balls. It could take anywhere from 30 seconds to 1 minute before that muscle relaxes. Then you can press with the lacrosse balls down a little bit further. You may need to work gradually through this because your muscle will be so tender you can't tolerate all of your body weight's pressure into the lacrosse balls. In order to create a greater release, do not rush this. It should take cumulatively close to 15 minutes to work your way down the entire spine. Oftentimes, I have clients come to me and say that they feel like they have ribs that are out. This is caused by muscles creating undue tension on the ribs and vertebrae. The first muscles to focus on when we do our work is the Latissimus Dorsi. This muscle originates from the bottom 6 thoracic vertebrae to the sacrum, then spans past the lower 3 to 4 ribs and inserts in the humerus. Start with a foam roller placed on the thoracic spine. You're going to begin by pressing your elbow up to the ceiling and then dropping down to the floor. I like to imagine holding a tray on my elbows that I'm pushing to the ceiling and then relaxing to the floor. Repeat this for 7 to 10 repetitions and then move on to overhead extension. While on the thoracic spine, starting with your palms towards the knees and arms straight, extend the arms overhead, pointing your thumbs towards the floor. To intensify each side, simply roll over onto one side. Try to relax in the tender points. Complete 7 to 10 repetitions with a foam roller in 3 different parts of the ribs. Now we're going to work the Erector Spinae and Transverso Spinalis. These muscles line your vertebrae on both sides. The Erector Spinae is deep, yet even deeper are the multifidus and semispinalis. The deepest muscles connected to the vertebrae are the rotatories, and in the low back, the intertransversarii. Start with 2 lacrosse balls and place them by the neck. The lacrosse balls should be touching as you begin to roll your body up, forcing the lacrosse balls down your spine. Do this slowly. You should only press further if you can fully tolerate your body pressure on top of the lacrosse balls. It could take anywhere from 30 seconds to 1 minute before that muscle relaxes. Then you can press with the lacrosse balls down a little bit further. You may need to work gradually through this because your muscle will be so tender you can't tolerate all of your body weight's pressure into the lacrosse balls. In order to create a greater release, do not rush this. It should take cumulatively close to 15 minutes to work your way down the entire spine. Oftentimes, I have clients come to me and say that they feel like they have ribs that are out. This is caused by muscles creating undue tension on the ribs and vertebrae. The first muscles to focus on when we do our work is the Latissimus Dorsi. This muscle originates from the bottom 6 thoracic vertebrae to the sacrum, then spans past the lower 3 to 4 ribs and inserts in the humerus. Start with a foam roller placed on the thoracic spine. You're going to begin by pressing your elbow up to the ceiling and then dropping down to the floor. I like to imagine holding a tray on my elbows that I'm pushing to the ceiling and then relaxing to the floor. Repeat this for 7 to 10 repetitions and then move on to overhead extension. While on the thoracic spine, starting with your palms towards the knees and arms straight, extend the arms overhead, pointing your thumbs towards the floor. To intensify each side, simply roll over onto one side. Try to relax in the tender points. Complete 7 to 10 repetitions with a foam roller in 3 different parts of the ribs. Now we're going to work the Erector Spinae and Transverso Spinalis. These muscles line your vertebrae on both sides. The Erector Spinae is deep, yet even deeper are the multifidus and semispinalis. The deepest muscles connected to the vertebrae are the rotatories, and in the low back, the intertransversarii. Start with 2 lacrosse balls and place them by the neck. The lacrosse balls should be touching as you begin to roll your body up, forcing the lacrosse balls down your spine. Do this slowly. You should only press further if you can fully tolerate your body pressure on top of the lacrosse balls. It could take anywhere from 30 seconds to 1 minute before that muscle relaxes. Then you can press with the lacrosse balls down a little bit further. You may need to work gradually through this because your muscle will be so tender you can't tolerate all of your body weight's pressure into the lacrosse balls. In order to create a greater release, do not rush this. It should take cumulatively close to 15 minutes to work your way down the entire spine.
Distractions otherwise.
Yep.
All right.
And if you
is 14.
Here we go.
The oldest one is 14. She is old enough to recognize that those are his children.
Yeah.
We are the guests here.
Yeah. Yep, it's
the
all good.
younger ones might not get that, but she is, hopefully at 14, she's aware of that.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
think
talking
it'll
about Levi's kids.
it'll all work out. All right, here we go. Good morning, Chris, Gail, and Tice. Good to see you guys on here. Anyone else joins in? Good deal. We love it. Make sure if you guys have questions, especially those who are joining in at a later time, let me know if you have those questions. You feel free in our VIP page. Let me know if you have any questions, or you can text or email me. You should have all my information already. I dedicate, so Lori and her mom's doing dialysis 3 times a week. Ethan with his bile duct cancer, my wife's friend with breast cancer. I did get an update for Sky. I saw Jenny this morning, so that actually was pretty cool. So Sky has to do a round of chemo. That round of chemo needs to come back basically with a 0 for white blood cells. So they're basically killing off all white blood cells. Then they can do the transplant, the stem cell bone marrow transplant. So it's going to be an intensive process, and it starts today. So that chemo treatment is going to be today. So please be praying for them as she goes through this. I can just imagine for her and the family how difficult that must be.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
It's just, that's a really tough one. So be praying for them. Erin, with her foot and ankle, the surgery that she had. She goes back to the doctor today, so that's good. Do we know anything else? Healing well?
Yeah, when Randy was down there, much better.
Much better. Okay, good.
Yeah,
good. So she is making progress.
Today, so she'll know more.
Good. So the doctor will let us know today. Well, the doctor won't let us know. He'll let her know. And then hopefully we hear back from Lois or Randy here soon. Kira, for praying for her.
Found cells in her lymph nodes.
Oh, okay.
So she's going to do total and have a hysterectomy.
Lympectomy and lumpectomies and breast, mastectomy.
She's going to have her hysterectomy.
Wow. So Kira's going to be going through quite a bit. Chris, I know you have probably the closest concern to that. So Kira's 52 years old, having to go through this. So apparently it's all in the lymphatic system as well. So be praying for her through this, just a miraculous healing through this process. Is what I will always pray. I'm going to shoot for the stars, and if I land on the moon, then I'll be happy. Barb and Tom, last one that we're praying for on the list here. And also, ladies, if you have any dedications for anyone else you know, be praying for them. I will let you guys know as much as I can here. Be in prayer for my wife and I. We have interesting dynamic that our family's going through right now, and so we would just appreciate your prayers. It's nothing, I don't know the best way to describe it. I would say it's not our family. It's a choice that we've made to place ourselves in intercession for some others. So we are just praying and pouring out our spirit for some others. So join us in that if you would. Praying in intercessory prayers for individuals who just need some help. So we're excited about that. Our verse of the day, therefore, confess your sins to one another and pray for one another that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous person has great power as it is working. James 5:16. I think pray for one another. Imagine that. I think James is honestly one of my favorite books. Like there are so many tangibles that come out of the book of James that I'm just like, 6 chapters, 5 or 6, I can't remember. My favorite, I don't even know how many chapters. Every one of those chapters, I'm sitting there going, there's enough in here that I could learn from this the rest of my life, just in that one book. That's craziness. All right, here we go. get all set up and ready. These are the tools you will need for the workout today. So grab the tools. If you're doing basic, you just want a couple towels. Intermediate, if you have a band, use the band. You might do attached bands if you have an attachment point. I know some of you have bought the resistance band training.com resistance bands, like what we have here. And when you do that, if you buy the package, it has a door jamb holder. So that is fantastic. If you have questions about that, let me know if you want to get some tools that will help your workouts. Okay, good arm circles. Get things going here, warming up those shoulders as we go. All right. Well, Chris, you want those, so I'm going to...
Kira's dad's name is Jim, and he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. I'm thinking it's close to 2 years ago. You know, so he went through all that initial stuff, and they just decided we're going to live like, you know, full speed ahead.
Yep.
So Jim's wife, Kira's mom, is the four sisters, Kira's sister. You know,
Okay.
and she was a lactation nurse. That was her specialty. Yeah. So they're in good hands, but yeah. So they bought a camper so they could travel around the country and get as much they could as long as Jim was going to live. And last time I asked Mary about it, he was doing pretty good.
Cool. That's pretty
amazing,
awesome.
isn't it?
That is pretty amazing. What do you know about Dwayne? Have you heard anything on Dwayne? Who had lost his wife, Mary? Dwayne and Mary?
Oh, Mary said that he's out and
about.
Yeah, so, and Mary said I think I told you that. This PT clinic that Mary fills in when she was her brother died.
Good marches?
That woman whose job Mary would help her.
Mm-hmm.
And so Mary worked every day last week.
Yeah.
But she told him this week she couldn't do it because, you know, she's got things she has to do too. And she's going to miss the funeral tomorrow because Forrest has an appointment.
Okay. Leg swing?
Up in Rapid City.
Oh, okay.
She's got an appointment with up there. And she said, oh my gosh, I just had to tell her I needed a couple days off from a part-time job where I work with when I came. Her life is always interesting. She called me sure if I had survived my weekend.
All right, good leg swings, ladies. Getting things warmed up here. Hips loosened up. Just let that joint work right within there. And then Chris, I'll just send you a link directly to that set of resistance bands and the this right. Boom. There you go, Chris. Just sent you the information, so you'd have the whole kit. See, that easy.
3, 2, 1. Get ready to row.
Good rows. Okay, so as we get started here, ladies, remember our first round, we really want to be focused on getting the shoulders back, set
3,
down and back
2,
into position,
1.
holding nice and tight.
Row.
But recall your core day from yesterday. Hopefully you feel that a little bit. But we want to be holding the core tight while we create this movement, right? So still compress, 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 just like yesterday, but now we add movement. So if we want good, clean, pure movement,
That's halfway.
we need to start with a braced spine. Then we're going to have a good position to be able to start from and generate any sort of impulse from. So if we're pulling or pushing like we are today, core tight, core tight, core tight all the way through. Okay? Remember, you can use round 1 as kind of the neurological stimulator.
1. Transition to chest press.
Get the brain connected to that movement. Make sure you maybe move slower just to see how all your body connects. Or sometimes we want to just take off and start running
3,
with our workouts. So
2,
do what's
1.
right for you, okay?
Chest
Do what's
press.
right for you. Good chest presses. Remember, core nice and tight. Stay tall, shoulders down and back. And then doing your best through the movements. Okay, core tight again. Just going through that whole idea of the belly whack even while you push.
That's halfway.
Again, core compressed nice and tight. Firm, firm, firm. Remember,
3,
doing your best.
2, 1. Transition to biceps curl.
Okay, good bicep curls. Remember, if you're fighting against yourself, remember palms together.
3,
Okay, palms together.
2,
Crush the
1.
penny.
Biceps curl.
Again, while we do this, right, so as I pull up with this hand, I'm activating my biceps, pressing into that. And as I push down with the other arm, I'm working my triceps. So I'm going to go this whole time. Drive, 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 drive. Pull up on one, press down on the other. Again, do not change your shoulder and body position.
That's halfway.
Still want to be in that tall and tight position through the shoulders. Okay, so reset as much as you need to. You might even lean against the wall. Sometimes that's helpful. Get your shoulders down and back. Core compressed. Pull up, up, up. Press down, down, down. Okay, core tight,
3,
core tight, core tight.
2,
Do your best.
1. Transition to triceps overhead press.
Awesome. Okay, triceps overhead. So if your hands together, flip over onto the other side. Press into it.
3, 2, 1. Triceps overhead.
Again, as you do this, press out, press that core, squeeze your glutes nice and tight. Firm, firm compression. Do your absolute best. Your
That's halfway.
Absolute best. Again, re-squeeze, re-compress. Tight, 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 tight.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to fly.
Good. Okay, let's transition into the fly. So remember, as you're out wide, right, as your arms are out wide, when you squeeze to your center, that's all
3,
in the front of
2,
your armpit.
1.
Trying to squeeze
Fly.
that tight. Drive your elbows to your center. Okay? And Chris, I got a funny story for you. Well, actually, it's not funny. It was kind of tragic. We took our plates home, and so I was like, oh, I really love my plate.
That's
I'm gonna put it
halfway.
on display with the rest of our pottery stuff. So I set it upright, leaning against the wall, and did fine, was doing fine. All of a sudden it slid and it pushed the other pottery off the shelf. So I'm like, Chris really
3,
likes the attention.
2. Transition
She's
to
not-
pull apart.
Your glass doesn't even share a shelf with pottery. Oh, I thought it was kind of funny and ironic.
3,
I saw the humor in it.
2,
Ashley, not so
1.
much.
Pull apart.
But yeah.
So you need this holder. It's a little thing you can buy.
See, and that's, yeah, it was bad. It was sad, but I thought it was funny.
That's halfway.
I'm sorry, but it was your glass, not mine. I love that. Very good work, ladies. Again, remember with external rotations, if your elbows are down by your sides, pinch
3,
tight to the ribs
2,
and
1.
pull apart.
Transition to hammer curl.
Pull apart. I don't want elbows engaging the body. Okay, hammer curls. Remember, thumbs up, So then, yes, apparently my art dominates the art
2,
world.
1. Hammer curls.
Okay, tall and tight, core compressed, shoulders down and back, right? Core and shoulders, core and shoulders. Get it set in place.
That's halfway.
Nice and tight, tall, tall, tall. Shoulders down and back. Compress, compress, compress. And do your absolute best.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to tricep press down.
Good. All right, tricep press down.
Maybe one more I see this one right here.
3, 2, 1. Tricep press down.
Okay, remember, as you're doing those press downs, locking your elbows out, make sure you still squeeze your arms in, right? So my shoulders should pull down and back and straighten those elbows, okay? Tight arms into the ribs.
That's halfway.
Good firm compression, doing your best through that exercise, making sure the core is tight, shoulders are set. Core tight, shoulders set. Right? Majority of the time, for the movements that we're trying to create, I first want you to know you've got your core and shoulders on. Then you
3,
can worry about the movement.
2,
Okay?
1.
We want our stabilizers
Rest.
firing. Awesome. Very good work, ladies. That does it for round 1. So round 2, 3, 4, pick a style of exercise that works for you and what you need. So if you need, again, neurological, that's going to be slow control. 4 seconds, 2-second hold, 4-second return, do it all over again. It should take about 10 seconds for one
That's
repetition.
halfway.
If you want more of a muscular strength building, you really want to build muscle, you want to challenge that through resistance, right? So going for the timer, but it should be hard to move through the movement, okay? So that's where the bands or some sort of weight comes in really handy.
3, 2, 1. Get ready to row.
And the final one that we can really focus on is repetitions. How many repetitions are you doing in that amount of time? Are you moving quickly, right? The
3,
faster you go, the
2,
more work you're going to
1.
get done.
Row.
But again, no matter what you choose, your core and your shoulders always stay in place. You should not lose those two in order to increase resistance or speed. Okay? Keep those tight, tight, tight all the way through the movement.
That's halfway.
Good, good, good.
No.
You got a mini me sitting over there. With the vest and everything.
3, 2, 1. Transition to chest press.
The closer you get to that wall, the colder it gets.
So we have twins here, huh?
3, 2, 1. Chest press.
Yeah, and all the heat, Gary even said, he's like, all the heat's just escaping through your ceiling. So he's like, even if you lay on a heat run back there, he's like, it's not going to stay. So it's like, oh, shoot.
That's halfway.
Have to keep you a little longer.
Yeah. Get my little hair dryer running. All right, good pushes, ladies. Tight core, tight core. Don't lose your low back on this. Okay. So whether you're against something or you have bands, make sure
2,
you're squeezing
1.
firm.
Transition to biceps curl.
Awesome. All right, bicep curls. Again, stay nice and tall, core compressed. Keep a good pressure on this. Remember, we're palm
3,
to palm or
2,
palms flat.
1. Biceps curl.
Set shoulders, set core, then squeeze. Shoulders, core, then squeeze. Okay? All the way through it, ladies. Do your best, your best, your best. Very good. Yeah, Micah
That's
started
halfway.
his school at home.
Oh, okay.
Teacher's coming for about an hour, hour and a half a day for the next couple of weeks until spring break. So he doesn't have to go back in. But apparently he liked it, but he just kept whispering to her.
3, 2,
He's a kid who
1.
whispers sweet nothings.
Transition to triceps overhead press.
But that was really cool of the school to do that. So they got it approved to be able to come to our house and give them a couple. And the teacher even knows, she's like, honestly, what we accomplished
3,
the whole day, we could
2,
probably get done
1.
more if I
Triceps
just
overhead.
focus
Yeah.
on
Exactly. A little one-on-one.
one-on-one. It's really good for that mic man. So Chris, I thought you would appreciate that. He did. The school did really well working with us for him. So we're thankful for that. Very good, ladies.
That's
Again, core
halfway.
compress nice and tight. Make sure you're pressing firm through all the way. Tight, tight, tight. Good squeeze through the core. Shoulders, shoulders, shoulders. Again, we're trying not to turtle shell up.
3,
Right? We want to keep
2,
those
1.
arms down.
Transition to
Shoulders
fly.
down. Okay. Prepare for fly. Remember,
3,
as we do
2,
these, it's the
1.
front of the armpit.
Fly.
Okay, is what we're trying to squeeze. You should feel that muscle kind of jump there when you squeeze, okay? Squeeze tight. And again, think a marker between your chest. Squeeze that marker, okay? Squeeze that marker. Elbow,
That's
top the
halfway.
beach ball, whatever it takes. Good, ladies, all the way through, doing your absolute best. Your best. Core tight, core tight, core tight. Good.
3, 2, 1. Transition to pull apart.
Pull aparts. I love it, ladies. Let's keep this moving.
Three, 2, 1. Pull apart.
Good pull apart. Stay nice and tall. Shoulders down and back. Core compressed. Nice and
That's
tight.
halfway.
Good squeeze. Firm, firm, firm. Your absolute best. Okay, nice and tight. Nice and tight.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to
Good.
hammer curl.
Okay. Good old hammer curls. Remember, press nice and
3,
tight into it. With
2,
those shoulders pulling
1.
down.
Hammer curls.
Core squeeze really tight. Again, just keep recalling, what are you working on? If it's slow and controlled, neurological, make sure that you're thinking over and over. Core, shoulders, okay, even glutes, setting in place, then create your squeeze. Right? If you're going for strength, more
That's halfway.
resistance, pull harder. If you're going for reps, we're pulling faster, faster, faster. Very good. Okay, doing your best all the way through, ladies, all the way through.
3, 2, 1. Transition to
good.
tricep press down.
Okay, tricep press down, last one this round. Jeepers, then we're already half done. Oh boy, no slowing down today.
3, 2, 1. Tricep press down.
Good press downs, good press downs. Pressing that core. Again, if you can, and you're straightening those elbows, I want your arms tight and shoulders pulling down and back. Okay? So I'm not rolling forward trying to get the
That's
elbows
halfway.
March 15th. Got it written down.
straight. Tight. Straighten those elbows. Good, ladies. Good, good, good. Do your absolute best. Your best through it. I know you can. Try to finish strong. Get those elbows straight.
3,
Shoulders back.
2, 1. Rest.
Awesome. All right. Halfway. Halfway to completion. So again, take this minute, right? Grab a drink, but also be really diligent to start thinking about what your next round is going to look like, right? So whether it's that neurological slow control, more strength,
That's
working with
halfway.
higher resistance or weight, or more repetitions. Pick something that you need. Make sure you're working through that, okay?
Three, two, one. Get ready to row. Three, two, one. Row.
Okay, here we go. Good rows. Remember, stay upright, shoulders down and back, core compressed really firm. Squeeze nice and tight. Again, doing your absolute best through the movement. Butt, belly, bra strap. Squeeze
That's
the bees,
halfway.
right? Butt, belly, bra strap. Yep. It's our posture bees. Good, ladies, doing your best. Press
Three,
through
two,
all the way.
One. Transition to chest press.
Awesome. Okay, get ready for the chest press. Remember, as we push, right, we never want that pressure as we
Three,
push to transfer
two,
through the
one.
back.
Chest
Right?
press.
So my back is not what should be moving, but rather my chest should be moving my whole body as I push. Right? Big difference. So keep this compressed, butt on, firm compression. Okay? Your
That's
best.
halfway.
Very good, very good. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. We have
Three,
our girlies
two,
have been going nuts
one.
with
Transition to biceps curl.
Encanto. It's a new movie that come out on Disney. And they had some really good songs actually on it. They were super fun. But the girls have like started choreographing
Three,
every
two,
song in the
one.
movie.
Biceps curl.
So now all they want is YouTube just to replay the same song over and over and over. Suppose that's the cost of being a dad of girls. I suppose that's better than
halfway.
Micah's choice. He listens to what he calls animal covers. So they take a song and literally make it out of animal noises. So they change the pitch of the animal noise so it's like goats and chickens and horses all making weird noises.
Three, two, one. Transition to triceps overhead press.
All right, here we go. Triceps overhead again. Reset your body, right? So we're always doing that. Every time we start an exercise, ladies, think about the glutes,
Three,
think about the core,
two,
think about those shoulders,
one.
get them set.
Triceps overhead.
Then start. About your first 3, 4, 5 repetitions, do it again, right? Reset the core, glutes, shoulders, okay? Got them in place, get a few more reps, right? Nice, good, clean reps. Reset, core. Crap, I lost a little bit. Squeeze the glutes again. Set those shoulders.
That's halfway.
And that's why we call it a loop feedback system. So you want to loop those things over and over in your head. Core, right? Re-squeeze it. Re-squeeze those glutes. Re-squeeze those shoulder blades. Press, press, press. Glutes, core,
Three,
shoulder blades.
two,
Push.
One. Transition to fly.
Good. Okay, into the fly. Then remember, armpits, right? Squeezing together, but we're not rolling the shoulders forward
Three,
to do it.
Two,
Right?
one.
I want to keep
Fly.
your chest in between your arms. So I say beach ball, maybe you just think 2 beach balls. Put them in there. Squeeze tight. Elbows together, right? That's the force. May the force be with you.
That's halfway.
Tall and tight, all the way through, ladies. Doing your best. Very good. Glutes and core, glutes and core. Shoulder blades down and back. Again,
3,
do your absolute
2,
best.
1. Transition to pull apart.
Awesome. Okay, pull aparts. Again, if you do external rotation, right, I want arms parallel with the floor, right? Your forearms should be parallel with the floor. I don't want
3,
them down by your hips.
2,
Parallel
1.
with the floor.
Pull
Again,
apart.
Butt, belly, bra strap. Get those set in place. Then create that external rotation. If you're doing arms apart, same thing with the shoulders and core, right? Keep those tight. We don't want to be arching back, trying to pull, okay? Yeah, don't want to be doing that. Butt cheeks together,
That's
core
halfway.
tight. Pull apart, trying to pinch your shoulder blades down and back, nice and firm, okay? Squeeze tight, tight, tight. Do your absolute best, your best.
3, 2,
Good compression.
1. Transition to hammer
Awesome.
curl.
Okay, get ready for hammer curls. Remember, stand on the band, then set your core, shoulders tight, down
3,
and back.
2, 1. Hammer
Firm
curls.
compression, doing your best. Again, shoulder blades, down, back, core tight, firm compression.
That's halfway.
Good, good, good. Doing your absolute best, ladies. Loop again. Glutes, core, shoulders in place, nice and tight. Firm compression
3,
all the way
2,
through.
1. Transition to tricep press down.
Okay, here we go. Tricep press downs. Again, stay nice and tall, shoulders down and back.
3,
Compress, compress,
2,
compress.
1. Tricep press down.
Core tight, glutes tight. Extend those elbows, right? Straight through those arms. Again, the tighter you can squeeze, like if you imagine a paper plate between your arm and ribs, pinch that plate really tight, okay? Pin it in there, then straighten those elbows.
That's
All
halfway.
the while trying to keep those shoulders back. That's tough to do. It's very tough to do. But I want you to work towards it, okay? Do your absolute best. Almost there, ladies.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Awesome. All right. Long rest. Last long rest, and then it's a long rest because we're done. Okay? One more round. Again, go through that process, preparing your mind for what you're about to do in round 4. If you're increasing even more the strength or the resistance or the
That's
repetitions,
halfway.
fantastic. Commit to it. Stick with it. If you really are still focusing on that neurological component, making sure your body is all communicating while you create that movement, then fine. Make sure you commit to that. Slow, controlled movements. Redoing all of those stabilizers, okay?
3, 2,
Here we go.
1.
Getting set up.
Get ready to row. Three, 2, 1. Row.
Here we go, ladies. Last round. So your absolute best. So if you want repetitions, rep those out. If you want to shoot for, resistance, pull hard, right? Get a lot of
That's
resistance
halfway.
behind that. See how much you can pull. Surprise yourself if that's your goal. Okay? Otherwise, slow, controlled. Again, if you're going slow, controlled, just check everything over and over. Butt, belly, bra strap. Squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them. All the way through, ladies. Do your best.
3,
Do your best.
2, 1. Transition to chest press.
Very good. Okay, chest press.
Three, 2, 1. Chest press.
Okay, chest press. Compress the core. Shoulder blades down and back. Squeeze nice and tight. Firm, firm, firm. Good, ladies.
That's
Doing your
halfway.
Absolute best. Compress the core, compress the core. Shoulders down and back. Squeeze those butt cheeks together nice and tight. And if we're pushing, don't let that transfer through the back. Okay, I'm not forcing my back. I want to get my body completely
2,
set. Push
1.
the whole body.
Transition to biceps
back.
curl.
And as we lower, press. Okay, bicep curls. Okay, very good. Get set up and ready.
3, 2, 1. Biceps curl.
Good, strong bicep curls here. Stay nice and tall, core compressed. Firm, firm, firm. Again, doing your best.
That's halfway.
Very good, ladies. Loop it, butt belly bra strap, tight, tight, tight. Then create that movement.
3, 2,
Awesome.
1. Transition to triceps overhead press.
Whoa. Triceps overhead. Again, stay out of the turtle shell. We don't want the shoulders up by the ears. Right? We still want to
3,
try to
2,
drop
1.
those shoulders down.
Triceps
and
overhead.
Then create your overhead press. Okay. Very good. Tight core, shoulders down and back. Your absolute best through the movement. Core. Glutes
That's
tight.
halfway.
Firm compression. Shoulder blades down and back, core compressed all the way through. Making sure you do your
3,
absolute
2,
best.
1. Transition to fly.
Awesome. Okay, into the fly.
Three, 2, 1. Fly. That's halfway.
Very good work, ladies. Again, compress that core, squeeze the elbows like you're popping a beach ball in front of you. Tight squeeze, okay? A lot of focus. A lot of what we get out of the movement that we do
3,
is what we're focusing on when
1.
we do it.
Transition to pull apart.
My daily checklist usually does not help me get more out of my workout. Shoot, I gotta go and do this. I got this
3,
here in the run.
2, 1. Pull apart.
He's in it. All right, ladies, here we go. Good external rotations again. Bend those elbows about parallel with the floor, right? Or think almost belly button. Usually that's about anatomically where we land. It's the hands at the belly button.
That's halfway.
Pull those shoulder blades, pinch them tight, down and back, as hard as you possibly can. Okay, as hard as you can. Doing your absolute best. Do your absolute best. Good core compression.
3,
Squeeze.
2, 1. Transition to hammer curl.
Okay, hammer curls. Okay,
3,
again, stay
2,
tall, tight,
1.
core compressed, shoulders
Hammer
down and back.
curls.
Good hammer curls. Okay, doing your absolute best through the exercise. Core tight, shoulders down and back. Compress. Doing your best.
That's halfway.
Good, ladies. Tight. Squeeze firm. All the way through. Squeeze firm.
3,
Awesome work.
2, 1. Transition to
Good.
tricep press down.
Tricep press down, last one. Okay, give me your best. I want to see you finish nice and strong here.
3,
Shoulder blades,
1.
butt, belly,
Tricep
cross
press
strap.
down.
Set them in place. And then get those arms working. If you're ripping that towel, make sure you rip it as hard as you possibly can. Drive apart. Squeeze. Tight, tight, tight. Core compressed. Awesome, Marcia. See those elbows work. Arms tight.
That's halfway.
Very good, ladies. Again, doing your best, your absolute best through the movement. Rethinking. Glutes, core, shoulders. Re-squeeze. Tight, tight, tight.
3, 2, 1.
Awesome.
Way to be rock star.
Way to be right. Very good. Okay. Hopefully, you guys will have an absolutely wonderful day. We will go again tomorrow for some leg day, so we'll be really focused on the butt. But again, we set it up this way, so Monday's core, add the shoulders to the core, really focused on that, and then glute day, it's shoulders, core, and glutes, really forcing them all to work together when we create movement. So excited for that. So I will see you guys again tomorrow. Remember, do your SMR work. If today's SMR is not what you need, make sure you go into the library and find the one that you need. If you're not really feeling any pain at all, or just kind of feels normal, that's awesome. Do today's anyway, just in case you find something that might be there, a muscle that's tight, and you're like, oh, I didn't even realize that was there. That means you're doing preventative work. That's what we want. We want to always be achieving a prevention state rather than a reactive state. The more we react to what's going on in our body, the harder the body has to work to try to stay well. But if we prevent things from getting to that point, our body is more naturally able to fight off other things. Okay, so that's what I want for you, is get preventative. So that way your body's prepared in a bad circumstance to fight rapidly. Okay? Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you again tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions, because I am here to help. As always, I'm here to help you move well so you live well. Oftentimes, I have clients come to me and say that they feel like they have ribs that are out. This is caused by muscles creating undue tension on the ribs and vertebrae. The first muscles to focus on when we do our work is the Latissimus Dorsi. This muscle originates from the bottom 6 thoracic vertebrae to the sacrum, then spans past the lower 3 to 4 ribs and inserts in the humerus. Start with a foam roller placed on the thoracic spine. You're going to begin by pressing your elbow up to the ceiling and then dropping down to the floor. I like to imagine holding a tray on my elbows that I'm pushing to the ceiling and then relaxing to the floor. Repeat this for 7 to 10 repetitions and then move on to overhead extension. While on the thoracic spine, starting with your palms towards the knees and arms straight, extend the arms overhead, pointing your thumbs towards the floor. To intensify each side, simply roll over onto one side. Try to relax in the tender points. Complete 7 to 10 repetitions with a foam roller in 3 different parts of the ribs. Now we're going to work the Erector Spinae and Transverso Spinalis. These muscles line your vertebrae on both sides. The Erector Spinae is deep, yet even deeper are the multifidus and semispinalis. The deepest muscles connected to the vertebrae are the rotatories, and in the low back, the intertransversarii. Start with 2 lacrosse balls and place them by the neck. The lacrosse balls should be touching as you begin to roll your body up, forcing the lacrosse balls down your spine. Do this slowly. You should only press further if you can fully tolerate your body pressure on top of the lacrosse balls. It could take anywhere from 30 seconds to 1 minute before that muscle relaxes. Then you can press with the lacrosse balls down a little bit further. You may need to work gradually through this because your muscle will be so tender you can't tolerate all of your body weight's pressure into the lacrosse balls. In order to create a greater release, do not rush this. It should take cumulatively close to 15 minutes to work your way down the entire spine.